Hey guys, and welcome back to Genshin Impact. This is Goose, and let's get started.
We finally made the caravan rebought. It's pretty lively here. So just past this wall is the desert, huh? Oh wow, Paimon remembers hearing people call this the Well of Samuel. It's made to block sandstorms from the outside. If it's this tall, it's gotta be the divine work of Greater Lord Rukudavada, right?
It is indeed quite impressive. Enough gawking. Come on, follow me.
Huh?
I'll hate them. Over here.
Alhaitham went that way. Let's hurry up and follow him. Wonder what he's up to.
Hold that thought, I'll hate them. We need to go touch that. Okay. What the? Where'd he go? Ugh, how do we lose him? They were just here a second ago.
More Eremite mercenaries? Who are they working for this time? Anyway, Traveler, it seems like we're being followed again.
You were too careless. You should have noticed those hopeless amateurs trailing you a long time ago. Thanks, I'll hate them. There's no need to thank me. I've never cared to keep track of personal favors. All I did was correct a mistake I happened to come across. It's a habit I developed at the academia.
You really gave Paimon a scare, Alhaitham. We never thought we'd run into you here. Last time we met at Port Ormos, didn't you say you were going back to the academia? Wait, don't tell Paimon that you're here to take us back on their orders.
We also have already landed ourselves on the academia's hit list. I can't say that I didn't expect it. However, had I wished to turn you over to the academia, don't you think you'd already be the Eremite's honored guest by now?
Alright, you do have a point.
Did you participate in the Sage's big project? I have no interest in running errands for that project. As a scholar, I've always belonged to the camp that promotes researcher autonomy. And these days, you are more fascinating than anything the Sages can offer. So, you were actually looking for me? Not quite. To tell you the truth, I'm still investigating the Divine Knowledge Capsule. Unfortunately, I've run into some difficulties. Everyone says the capsule originated in the desert and was originally moved to Port Ormos. If I am to get to the bottom of this, I must understand how the capsule first came to be. Which brings me back to you, and why you're so interesting. The leader of Al-Amar used the Divine Knowledge Capsule right in front of you, and upon seeing him, your expression became perplexed. You were lost in thought for quite some time. To have that kind of reaction, I think you must have realized something. Are you interested at all in sharing what you've been hiding from me? It must be because I was so shocked to hear those words again. World, forget me.
Alhaitham, you really have a ridiculous eye for detail. What kind of person even notices and remembers stuff like that?
I can't share what I know just yet. So that's your answer. Well, I do work for the academia after all, so considering that, it is indeed wise to keep your cards close to your chest. But it does prove you have some undisclosed information about the Divine Knowledge Capsule, am I right? No matter. Rather than simply learning the answers from you, I'd just prefer to investigate on my own. Speaking of, you two are also headed to the desert.
That's right. We have the same plan as you. But we don't really have any concrete goals at the moment.
Actually, just starting with our village. It's the largest settlement in the desert, so it'll probably have more resources and intel than anywhere else. Well, would you like to head there together? Sounds good.
It's always better to travel with someone you know. Let's go.
Go to our village. How do I get there? I remember the path to our village being treacherous. I think I died a few times trying to get there. It'll be fine. It's so fine. Sealy, show me the way. So people were saying that the new theory is that Paimon is an AI, and I really hate that theory, but I think it might be true. I was just hoping that she'd be a... Where am I going? Hello, sir. F1. I was hoping she'd be part of the Heavenly Principles or something. Get him! You'll meet... delicious? Sorry, I just wanted to look at you like for a second. Oh! Before us lies our village, the safe haven of the desert folk.
Whoa, this landscape is really something else. What a cool place. Let's go check it out.
Cyno. Unless my memory fails me, we have barely spoken 2 words to each other before now at the Academia. Would you care to enlighten me as to when and how I invited these young Matras and Wrath? I'll hate them. Do you think you can escape my judgment just because you managed to escape my attack? Judgment? So that's how you characterize your actions here, is it? Or would elimination perhaps be a more accurate description? Had I used my full strength, not even this traveler would have been able to stalk me. Though styled like an assassination, I sought only to ensure that my target would be unable to flee or resist. A standard practice for the mantra as well, you know. You seem to me more like your own personal touch.
What? Who is that, Alhaitham? Did you call him General Mahamatra?
Yes, General Mahamatra Cyno, head of all the Matra at the Academia. He is a formidable hunter, and the ultimate nightmare for anyone who has committed academic crimes. You seem to have placed a lot of trust in Alhaitham to the point of blocking an attack for him. If I were you, would never choose to side with him. I wouldn't believe a single word that comes out of his mouth. I have been pursuing this scribe for a long time. I urge you, stand back and do not seek to defend him any longer. Otherwise, there will be consequences. I don't trust him as much as you seem to think, but that doesn't mean I'm going to stand by and do nothing.
Has Alhaitham done something wrong? Paimon doesn't think he's as bad as you made him out to be.
I won't waste my breath explaining things. Alhaitham, I saw it during our fight. Take it out. The divine knowledge capsule you're hiding on your person. Unless you want me to retrieve it for myself. Very perceptive of you. Nothing escapes a Matra's senses.
Wait, the divine knowledge capsule? Didn't it fall into the Matra's hands in the port Armos?
So you did lie to us. No wonder you speak with such confidence, I know. But I must admit, I am very curious. What does this capsule mean to you? And why, as General Mahamatra of the Academia, are you all alone in the desert? As far as I'm aware, the other Matra have been speculating about your disappearance. Have you been given a mission that's, let's say, morally dubious? If I was a real target of your mission, what was stopping you from simply using your authority and resources to judge me within the walls of the Academia? Is it a mission from the sages? Should have known it'd be difficult to deal with.
You two? Ugh. What should we do, Goose? Probably feels like we can't trust either of them.
Oh. Well, look at you two, acting all tough and self-righteous over there.
Wait, Dia? Great, Goose. Finally someone we can trust. You gotta help us out here, otherwise these two are gonna start fighting again.
Yeah, sure looks that way. Two giants from the Academia, duking it out once and for all. Not something you get to see every day, that's for sure. Listen, I know your academic types love to fill your big brains with self-righteous morality and lord your empty rules and virtues over each other. But how dare you bring your petty disputes into the safe haven of our village? It seems like someone's going to have to beat some sense into your thick skulls until you finally learn to respect these grounds. Either of them can afford to be distracted by Dia. Hey, did either of you hear a word I just said?
Whoa! What's going on? The wind's so strong. Is this a sandstorm? Paimon's gonna get blown away.
Another sandstorm? What's up with these recently?
Hey, all of you, over here, quickly. We have to take cover. Someone's calling for us, Goose. This wind is too strong. Let's get over there.
That sounded like Candace. Come on, you two. Jeez, are all you Academia folks such hard work? Move it. Alright, stop yelling.
Well, this is pretty awkward. Hey, wanna play sardines with 3 people who want to tear each other limb from limb? Sure, why not? Sounds fun. The air's so thick and heavy, Paimon can hardly keep floating anymore.
My sincere apologies, everyone. This is the home to our village chief. I will have to ask you to make do with the small room until the sandstorm dies down. Please let me introduce myself. I'm Candace, protector of our village.
Our savior has come at last. Nice to meet you, Candace. My name's Paimon. Thank you so much for helping us.
You have my gratitude. There's no need to thank me. It's only right to help each other when the weather gets rough.
Wow, she's so gentle and caring, like a nice older sister. Unlike those guys over there.
Alright, now that we're all better acquainted, we should return to the topic at hand. As a guardian charged with the responsibility to protect my fellow villagers from harm, I was observing our conflict from afar, even before the sandstorm started. And now that you have set foot within our village itself, it is all the more my responsibility to make absolutely sure that you pose no threat whatsoever to us. So please, have an honest and sincere conversation with one another, and put your hostile feelings to rest. If anyone dares to start anything again while they are under this roof, I will not hesitate to send them out for some quality time with the creatures of the sandstorm.
Oh, on second thought, Paimon might have misjudged Candace's character.
And that goes for you too, Miss Dia. Do I make myself clear? Alright, we get it, Candace. That's what I like to hear. So which of you will begin? I was supposed to be a mediator, but, I might have gone a little too involved just now. Anyway, one of those two should probably start talking.
Wait, that was you being a mediator?
I have nothing to hide, so there's no shame in explaining myself. Well, Haven wasn't wrong about the other mantra not knowing my whereabouts. It's not because I've been assigned a morally dubious mission. Rather, I've chosen to exile myself.
Huh? Exile yourself?
A little while ago, I discovered that there was data missing in the Academia's project planning and development files. What little they did report clearly did not match the project's actual progress. As General Mahamatra, I had the responsibility and authority to request an audit. However, to my surprise, the person responsible for the erroneous data was none other than the Grand Sage Azar himself. I tried to investigate the issue myself before submitting a formal audit request, but I soon found that all leads and potential pieces of incriminating evidence were carefully concealed from me. I began to realize that they were cautious of me from the very beginning. Unsurprisingly, the Grand Sage rejected my audit request as soon as the submission reached his desk. He even said to me, "The power of the General Mahamatra is granted by the sages. You have no right to judge us." So they really are up to no good. I realized that then, to the Grand Sage, the mantra are nothing more than tools for the sages to assert and maintain their control over knowledge. The vows that we took, the principles that we strive to uphold, they are meaningless to the academia of today. So you then decide to exile yourself? I believed it would be wise to flee the academia before the sages had a chance to take action against me. This way they can no longer see nor predict my actions. I'll never give up on my investigation. There's no need for someone else to give me power or authority. Once I find the truth, I will administer justice by my own name.
Cyno seems to have the same goal as us. We're all investigating the sages. Plus, now that he's no longer the General Mahamatra, he somehow feels a lot less scary.
It's still too early to trust him completely.
Wait, Cyno, if that's your story, then why did you see Alhaitham as a target?
When I was investigating the matter at the Academia, I overheard a conversation between Alhaitham and a sage. The sages asked you to investigate the blonde-haired traveler. Do you dispute this, Alhaitham?
What?
Like many parts of the project, this assignment was undocumented. Now, throw in your suspicious behavior with the Divine Knowledge Capsule, and I think we deserve an explanation. From the very beginning, Alhaitham was... Yes, I was indeed tasked with investigating the traveler.
Alhaitham!
After all, the promised reward was so great that hardly any scholar could have refused. The sage told me, once you complete this assignment, I can give you a glimpse of divine knowledge. A most enticing offer. Unfortunately, those academics don't know me at all. The words contain one key piece of information, namely that divine knowledge indeed exists. That gave me all I needed to know. From my perspective, the sages are far from trustworthy. Think about it. Isn't it a little strange that they're so willing to share divine knowledge with anyone, even as a reward? So I began my own investigation following the lead of the Divine Knowledge Capsule. In the end, I realized my wisdom in committing to this rather than collaborating with the sages. Had I been less guarded, I probably would have ended up like that Ainel Amar mercenary, incapable of remaining sane for long enough to hold a conversation. You mean that the sages originally planned to dispose of you using one of those capsules to drive people insane? What about your encounters with me? I'd already given up on the assignment by then. I only told the Academia I was waiting in Port Armos for you to appear so that they wouldn't suspect anything. So it came as quite a surprise that I encountered my erstwhile target while investigating the Divine Knowledge Capsule. Criminals do love to talk about coincidences. Even though I ran into Goose by chance, I had no intention of providing assistance to the Academia. Also, you should remember, you were the ones who decided to follow me and strike up a conversation after I left that tavern. Is that enough to prove his innocence?
That's true. Alhaitham helped us out at Caravan Rebot as well. Maybe he's telling the truth.
I'm willing to apologize if that's worth anything to you. I took the Divine Knowledge Capsule behind your back because I judged its existence to be a significant risk. I felt that it would be best for no one to interact with it before I had it been properly studied. After all, curiosity often proves to be the most dangerous thing in this land. You should be well aware, Scribe Alhaitham, that curiosity can also lead to dangerous suspicion. Answer me this. Did the sages share any information about their project with you? Have I not made myself clear? You and I are both distrusted by the academia. Do you really think they would tell me anything? Fine. Although you haven't completely proven your innocence, I won't regard you as an enemy for now. As you wish. Good. I'm glad to see you two clearing up your misunderstandings. And now you, Dia. I believe it's your turn. Oh, sorry. Whatever the boys were talking about must have been so boring that I spaced out. Ahem. My situation is pretty straightforward. My employer, Junior Zod of the Homayani family, is friends with the Traveler and is currently recovering from her illness at home. I have nothing going on, so I decided to return to our village for a visit. I was actually looking forward to a pretty exciting time getting back together with everyone here. But then I saw these two random guys in the middle of a pointless argument. It took me off and things went downhill from there. Is that all? Well, I will admit that definitely sounds like your style. In that case, welcome back, Dia. That's more like it. I miss you so much, Candace.
Whoa, what was that sound?
No need to worry. Now that you're no longer at each other's throats, please make yourselves at home. I'll take a quick trip outside to clear out some of those monsters in the sandstorm.
Creatures in the sandstorm? Are you sure you don't want some backup?
Fighting in a sandstorm is not for the faint-hearted. Anyone without extensive training in these conditions is at a disadvantage. You needn't worry. Yeah, just leave them to Candace. Don't worry, she's as tough as they come.
The wind's died down. That means the sandstorm's over, right? Candace still isn't back yet, though. Is she alright? Maybe we should go out and check on her.
When you put it that way, even I'm starting to feel a little worried. Alright, let's go. We've been here long enough, and the boys are as chatty as the floor. Alright guys, that's going to be the end of this episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!